Welcome to Beyond the Gates. My name is Susan Wheeler, and I'm here today at Laguna Coast Wilderness Park. And with me today is Laura Cohen. Laura, it's wonderful having you with us today. Now, what is your capacity here at this beautiful park?
I'm the OC Parks Resource Specialist at Laguna Coast Wilderness Park.
All right, so that covers a little bit of everything.
Yes.
Now, Laura, I have to ask, where are we sitting? This is spectacular, the mural that's behind us.
Isn't it amazing?
Now, who created it and what is it? Is it a specific area?
We have an art school in the canyon called the Laguna College of Art and Design.
Of course, yes.
And one of the professors is a muralist, and her class was asked to have a contest to design the best mural for this nature center.
Really? So a student from the Laguna College of Art and Design designed this. She won the competition.
The winning design. This was the winning design. And her idea was the cycles of the land.
Oh.
From the times of the Native Americans
Right.
through the stagecoach days. And you can see at the end a couple of people walking the old stagecoach line because there was a whole stagecoach that went through Laguna Canyon.
Right.
And then cycling through agriculture and cattle grazing, and then back to going into its natural state again, back to its natural state.
Really deserves some special attention when visitors are here.
Yes, people love this mural.
Now, can you tell us, first of all, now this is a huge area of wilderness that we are in the middle of, and is it all Laguna Coast, or how much acreage does this whole entire wilderness area cover?
Yes, this is an amazing wildlands area, and it extends from Aliso and Wood Canyons all the way up to Crystal Cove State Park. So all the parks are joined with some roads in between, but it's 21,000 acres altogether, and of that 21,000 acres, Laguna Coast Wilderness Park is 7,000.
All right, good to know. And then what divides this park from the Woods and Aliso Canyon Park is the Laguna Canyon Road. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Tell us a little bit about the park here. First of all, well, the wildlife. What kind of animals does one see if they're hiking around?
Well, we have an amazing amount of wildlife, but we're much more likely to see the wildlife on our hidden wildlife cameras than people along the trails because the animals are a little bit afraid of us.
So what do you see at night? I mean, what kind of animals do you see?
So when everyone's gone and it's quiet and dark, sometimes on our cameras we'll see mule deer, bobcat. In one camera, we actually see gray fox.
Oh,
but that's
beautiful.
very rare in the park.
Really? Yes.
There are animals we never see, or we seldom see in person and never see on the cameras, like the long-tailed weasel, but occasionally we'll get glimpses of them. So some animals are very hidden in the park.
Right.
And then we have many species of birds.
Oh, I imagine.
More than 100 species of birds that use the park, and that's what we'd be most likely to see on the trails during the day.
Oh, how beautiful. And you have, well, what's the snake factor here, too? Is there a snake season?
We do have snakes, and because snakes absorb their heat from the sun, the most likely time to see a snake or find a snake on the trail would be when you have the warmer days.
All right.
So in February, if we have a nice warm February, the snakes will start coming out and sunning themselves during the warmth of the day. Otherwise, they tuck themselves away because it's very dangerous for them to be out in the cold.
Well, I understand.
Yes, because...
Well, but they want to get a little sun. And so for hikers who are, hiking along the trail, any words, if they see a rattlesnake, just let them cross the trail, or...
If you see a rattlesnake on the trail, you'd be very lucky.
Oh.
And what I would do if I saw a rattlesnake is back up until I can't see it anymore. And then give it a full minute, because within that minute, it will leave as fast as it can.
It doesn't like being there.
They don't
any more than we do.
That's right. We're a lot bigger. It's like T-Rex on the trail when they see us,
Got it.
They're this big and we're
Right.
We're mountainous.
Right. Now, there are many trails here. Actually, how many trails are within the Laguna Coast area.
We have 40 miles of trails here.
Oh, my
Isn't that
gosh.
amazing? 40 miles.
And they're all different levels of
Yes.
difficulty.
Yes, and
Some-
we encourage people to come to the Jim and Rosemary Nix Nature Center and talk to one of us to find out what will be best for them.
What a great idea. So you set them out with a map, you explain where the trails are going. I see the beginning of a trail is right over here.
Yes.
And you set them off on their merry way.
Yes.
All right, now
And we encourage them to be prepared, to know where they're going, to
Right.
have their map with them, to
Okay.
bring lots of drinking water
All right.
so they have it along the way.
Okay. Are any of the trails suitable for children?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
But it's all dependent on the child. That's another reason we suggest that people come in here, because we can find a trail that's suitable
So
to
it's
the
a
child.
custom hike.
We have 4-year-olds that will hike way up on, to the tallest
Really?
ridges.
Oh, my
and then we have
gosh.
8-year-olds that, want a
won't
nice
make it.
flat trail that can go half a mile, and that'll be plenty. So
Oh,
it's very
goodness.
individual, even for children.
Now, one of the main features here, of course, is Barbara's Lake, which is, how far is that from here, if one were to walk there?
If you were to start from Mary's Trail right out here,
Right.
then it would be about 3/4 of a mile
Okay.
to the end of the lake.
To the end of the lake.
So an up and back trip would be 1.5 miles.
And do you walk around the whole lake? No.
There's actually only a trail on one side,
I see.
and for good reason, because it's the only water sometimes of the year in the park for the wildlife.
Oh, how interesting.
So that way the wildlife have their side and the people have their side.
And
Yeah.
then the lake itself, there's nothing allowed on it, no boats, no fishing,
No,
nothing like
it's
that.
a fairly shallow lake,
Okay.
only 6 feet deep
Oh,
when
interesting.
it's most full. So yeah, it's not a good place for boating.
No.
And-
Now, Barbara's Lake,
But there are other places to boat in OC Parks.
Oh, right.
And I encourage people to go to the OC Parks website,
Okay.
ocparks.com.
good to know. Now, Barbara's Lake, who was Barbara?
Barbara, her full name was Barbara Stewart Rabinowitz,
Oh,
and she was a ballet dancer and also a dancer in the USO during World War II.
oh my goodness.
And she fell in love with Laguna Beach and settled there, and was one of the starters for the people who started Ballet Pacifica,
Oh my goodness.
and also a little dance company down in Laguna Beach.
I see.
And she had a dance studio where she taught dance. And she loved the hills around Laguna
She
Beach.
loved the hills.
And so she was very involved in the efforts to, protect this area and turn it into
Absolutely,
a park.
of course.
Yeah.
Now, do you give tours talking about the plants and
Yes, we do.
identifying them? And
We have regular tours, monthly tours of the plants. We have a plant tour. We have fitness hikes.
oh,
We have a family hike that's wonderful. That would be a great hike for people to enjoy.
great! You have all these specially tailored hikes.
Yes, and if you go to ocparks.com
Oh, yeah.
and go to Laguna Coast Wilderness Park under the Parks and Trails section,
Right.
then you can go down to the bottom and find our calendar of
Good
events.
to know. You have got all sorts of things available. Now, we are at the Nix Center. This is a
Yes.
fabulous place. So tell us a little bit about this. What do you offer for people here?
Well, I'll start a little bit at the beginning, because everyone should know that James and Rosemary Nix were the ones that were responsible for the first donation toward this center, which is why their names are on the building. And they were residents of Laguna Woods.
Oh, how interesting
So,
is that?
I want everyone to know that we always have support opportunities, both in volunteers.
Oh, that's
and,
wonderful to
and
know.
also in as donors.
Good.
Toward the park.
Now,
And James and Rosemary Nix fell in love with Laguna Beach, and they loved coming out here to be surrounded by nature. And it was wonderful to have them around when they were here. And as a matter of fact, not only were they involved in planning the nature center, but the window out of our Portal 1 area toward Saddleback was Jim Nix's idea. He said, let's not close this in. Let's have a view into the mountains.
and it is beautiful. It's just
Yes.
spectacular being here to see all around the mountains here and all around. But that was the whole idea of it,
Yes.
to kind of take a breath and see what's ahead of you.
Right. And the whole thing is they talk about it, or they planned it as a ship with portals. So each window is a portal to a different aspect of the park.
Got it.
One that might be appreciated by different people.
Right, and I can
Something for everybody.
I clearly see that here with a space for children, many spaces that children would enjoy,
Yes.
digging for fossils or listening to bat sounds, and or what other kinds of things go
We
on
have
here?
we have a microscope so they can get a
Okay.
close look at some of the things they might find in the park,
Right.
see a little bit more detail.
Okay.
And we have a great geology map that shows a lot of the trails in the park and also gives you the history of the different
I see.
hilltops and
All right.
canyons,
So
the
you were-
geological history.
Yes.
And there are places along Mary's Trail. Mary's Trail is nice and flat, so it's pretty easy to walk.
All right.
And there's a nice bench where you can sit and you can
Oh,
just be kind
lovely.
of surrounded by nature.
That's wonderful.
And
I,
the walk to the lake is fairly easy too.
Okay.
It's about, we talked about it, it's about 3/4 of a mile to the end of the lake, so about 1.5 miles walk
I see.
up and back.
All right.
And it's not always level, but it's very flat.
One of the things that surprised me as we walked through after the decompression room was to see the artwork on the walls of the plein air painters that we all are familiar with Laguna Beach and the wonderful painters in the turn of the century in the late 1800s and how they staked out their territory here, looking at the ocean a lot, but also the fabulous surroundings. So you have quite a collection of artwork.
Yes, we do. That artwork was actually commissioned in order to make signs to go throughout the park.
Oh,
So those beautiful paintings, you'll be hiking in the park, and each entry has a beautiful painting and text to tell you a little bit about that area in the park.
oh, what a nice touch.
And then at the end, the paintings were purchased and donated to the Laguna Canyon Foundation, and they've given us to display them in
an
our
even nicer
little
touch.
back gallery.
Well, they're lovely.
So I encourage all the painters who are interested in plein air painting to come by and see our beautiful paintings, and also bring their palettes and sit out on our painters pier. And
Do you see that much here?
we do have painters
The
in
plein air
all different
painters.
areas
Of course
in
you
the
would.
park.
Well, you know, walking from El Toro, it made it quite clear that you are really in Laguna Woods' backyard, and
Yes.
how fortunate we are to have you here.
We are
and
so
all the
lucky,
wildlife.
really.
Yeah. So, thank you, Laura.
Well, thank you for
so
coming,
much.
and I hope people will really come and enjoy the park in whatever capacity.
I do too. Thank you.
Thank
All
you.
right. Our journey continues, and we're now in Laguna Hills at the Hafez Cafe. And I'm here with Shanaz, who is one of the co-owners of the cafe. And welcome, Shanaz. We're so happy to have you with us today.
My pleasure, thank you.
Yes, tell me, how long has the cafe been here?
This restaurant and cafe, it's over almost 2 years.
2 years.
Almost
All
2
right.
years. And my business partner invested in end of 2020 and start working on everything.
Now that was right during the middle of COVID.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
And they opened exactly in June 2021.
So just as COVID was
A little slow down.
settling down a
Yes.
little bit.
And I joined this cafe end of the year, and I start managing and be business partner with Ali in January 2022.
Oh, so this is all very recent. And yet I understand you have a big following of clients, of customers rather, who love your restaurant. Now, have you owned a restaurant before, a cafe before?
Me, no, but I helped one of my friends for 2 months manage her restaurant
I
in
see.
LA
All right.
because she had a plan to get vacation and she didn't find anybody to manage. I helped her. My previous job was a personal banker at Wells Fargo.
Oh, how interesting. A very different kind of hat you wore during that
But
period.
always I have passion for food.
I see.
And I can cook.
All right. So you actually do some of the cooking in the kitchen here?
Yes, I do, and I create the breakfast here.
Oh, now
They had part of the breakfast before, but they never opened for breakfast.
I
And
see.
we start to open for breakfast from February 2022.
I see. Now I understand breakfast is a really big deal in Persian community, and you have a very unique breakfast that you offer, and it's just a couple days a week for breakfast. Is that
Yes,
correct?
couple days, only Saturday, Sunday we open at 9 and we serve breakfast. But we have some traditional dishes that is part of the breakfast, and we are offering, because Persian they like that dish for lunch, for dinner, and we're offering that for all day.
This is a certain dish you're
Yes.
talking about. Oh, do tell. What is that dish?
It's kalle pache, and if you want to, I explain for you. It's
Okay.
lamb head.
Lamb head.
Lamb head.
All
They
right.
are cooking. It's very tasty.
Oh.
And then they clean it and put it on dish and they serve it.
Oh, does the actual head come with it when
In
they
dish?
serve it?
No.
No.
But we are cooking actual head.
Okay, so it must be very tasty and popular.
Yes, it
Definitely
is.
something to try.
Yes, for
Well,
sure.
Getting back a little bit more about you and your background now. So you brought the breakfast aspect to the cafe, and your partner Ali, did he make up the main menu to begin with, or how did
Yes.
that work?
Basically, when I started here, end of the January that I told you, he had the restaurant and he already had the menu,
I see.
and only I add some dishes and some services to the menu.
Okay, got
But
it.
he has maturity of the share. He invests the restaurant,
I
and
see.
he had a multiple restaurant before, not me.
I understand now. Okay, that all makes sense. And now, this is the only one here. You don't have other restaurants. The two of you don't own other restaurants in the area. This is-
Actually, he invests in one of the close by restaurant,
Oh,
but we are doing nothing on that restaurant. Only he has a share over there, and we opened this one only for him.
I see. Okay.
And I joined
That's
him
unique.
as a business partner.
Oh, wonderful to have you here. Now, you picked this location because?
Because access from freeway,
Oh,
it's
absolutely.
very easy. It's two other Persian market around us.
Yes, this is a wonderful. I had no idea this was such a Persian kind of enclave here.
Yeah,
You have
a
the-
lot of Persian living here around us,
Yes,
and they are looking for good food.
that's right.
And also we have a lot of parking spot. This is convenience
Good
for
point.
customer.
Good point. Well, I was surprised when I looked did a little more research on the Persian community in Southern California. It's huge. I mean, it's like 500,000 people. And LA has the biggest community, and Orange County, the second largest Persian community. So, of course, there's a great demand for
Yeah.
this wonderful food, and for the market that's across the way, the Jordan Market, and then the bakery that's nearby too, Palace Bakery, that
Yes.
has Persian and French pastries. It's fabulous.
Yes.
So tell me a little bit more about some of your most popular dishes. It sounds like you have a very authentic Persian menu, which to many of Americans is a little different, quite different. So you have some of the standards, I would imagine, kebabs and
Yes.
all of that.
We have some kebabs, some stew that a lot of places they have it. But we have some special dishes that you cannot find everywhere. If I want to talk about traditional one, I can go with Dizi.
Zizi.
Dizi.
Okay.
And I can later show you what it looks like.
Oh, all
And
right.
we have kalle pache that I mentioned before.
And that's the
lamb head.
Lamb head
And
soup.
also we have traditional lamb shank.
So what are your hours here?
Actually, we are open Monday to Friday, 11 to 9. Saturday we open 9 because we are serving breakfast.
All right.
And we are closing at 9. And Sunday we open at 9, but we are closing at 8.
All right, good to know. And under weekend mornings are very, very busy here.
Yes,
Is that right?
we are. With fresh bread that we are making here, it's very good. Thank you so much for your time.
Well, you're most welcome. Thank you for sharing all of this with us. And you are right in our backyard. And I hope everyone will come and check it out.
Okay.
Thank you
perfect.
again.
Thank you so much.
Well, Sherry, welcome aboard. And where are you today?
Susan, thank you so much. I'm so excited to be on board, and I'm really excited about this show because it is the Renaissance Club Sport that we're at with membership director Louise. Hi, Louise. Hi. So tell us a little bit about what happens here and what's going on all the time here.
Yeah, so Club Sport is a high-end fitness resort offering lifestyle opportunities for members. We are exclusive to members only and the largest fitness resort club in Orange County.
Wow. Because it's been here for how long? It opened when?
Yes, we're actually 2008 in July, and this year we're excited to be celebrating our 15-year anniversary.
15-year anniversary. This coming up July?
Yes, July 15th.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Yes.
And you've been here how long?
I've actually worked for the company 15 years, and I've been in this location about 2.5.
So you're a member of the family here, absolutely.
I am part of the family. We love our
That's
family.
wonderful.
We love our members just like they are our family.
And it's like anybody, everything is here for them. If they want basketball, if they want pickleball, right? If they want, tell us a little bit more what's going on all the time.
So the company's slogan is workout, play, relax. So we want to make sure that our members have the opportunity to not only come in and enjoy fitness experience, but the social component and the lifestyle component of community and club. So we offer social events, fitness events, and great opportunities for family. And one of the unique things about our club is once somebody is a family member, this is a generational family membership, so we do allow the grandparents on the account. So all family members can stay together in one location at our club.
Oh, that's so wonderful. And things for children too, correct? You have
many opportunities for children, including our beautiful Kids World location where we offer complimentary childcare 3 hours a day, as well as opportunities for our kids to participate in classes like jiu-jitsu, basketball camps, conditioning. And we know when school's out, that's hard for parents, so we run half-day, full-day camps as well.
That's so nice. And you guys have thought of everything, because you also have like a video where they can actually watch their children. But you know what I wanted to ask you too, the seminars you have, is what sort of seminars and lectures do you offer here?
So we do really unique opportunities for our members. So nutrition seminars are always top of mind. We just hosted a Why Organic seminar this past Tuesday to just teach people a little more education regarding products and organic fruits and vegetables. Coming up, we'll be potting plants and doing some unique fun experiences.
Wow.
And then a big social thing we're bringing into the club next month is trivia night. So we'll be hosting trivia night in our restaurant.
You've thought of everything.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
That is just awesome. And you even have like a senior discount, don't you too?
Correct. Yeah, of course. We want our senior population to feel protected and safe when they're in a nice club. We know fitness is top of the mind for everybody, and people are tired of being isolated. They want to get back out. So we're bringing the fun back in 2023, hosting a lot of events at the club.
And a restaurant?
Yes, the club is attached to a 174-room Marriott Renaissance hotel, and it's a great place for people to host their staycation. We have a lot of locals that come here and just spend the weekend with us.
they can drive in 10 minutes or, they can get here really quick. What I love is the idea of the Friday night entertainment
Yes.
cocktail hour, correct?
Yes.
By your bar area?
Correct.
And what kind of entertainment is here?
Yeah. So we are proud to host local artists, Sherry, and that happens between the hours of 6 and 9 every Friday night in our restaurant. Well, the weather's a little chilly. We're keeping our entertainers inside, but as soon as summer breaks, we'll be out on the deck, out on the patio, hosting local artists to the club.
Beautiful, beautiful patio. You also have a magnificent pool,
Yes.
jacuzzi, everything, right?
Yes. Yeah.
But thank you so much, Louise. Thank you.
My pleasure.
Absolutely.
My pleasure.
This is one of the most interesting things along the trail, I think. If you look down through this plant, you can see a big pile of sticks, and you wonder what kind of animal could have made that pile of sticks. Some people say beavers, but we don't have beavers in this area, and it turns out it's a very small animal called the wood rat. It was actually the home for baby wasps. It was created by a wasp laying an egg on a branch, which caused the tree to create that formation.
Thank you very much for tuning in to Beyond the Gates. We know a lot of you like watching this program every single week, and we appreciate you tuning in. We've also like to find out what your input is. Tell us where you'd like to see us go. Tell us where you'd like to see Beyond the Gates go. You can do so easily at beyondthegates@gmail.com, and we'll take a look at the suggestions, and maybe we'll see your idea here on the television. Again, thanks for watching.
Well, Sherry, welcome aboard. And where are you today?